Hello, everybody, and welcome to a daily chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. I hope everyone's all right and you've had a good Easter. We are Easter Sunday, isn't it? I hope you've all had a good day. I, of course, am on the good old faithful. I'm abstaining for now, but there is a lot of chocolate in the house, and my son, good old Jack, is certainly having a good old feast up. Let's just get rid of this. Let's see who we got in the chat. Tonight really is just a chinwag more than anything else. Just to get together and a little natter about things. Hello, Bloodnose. Hello, Julie. I hope you're all right. Did you have a good birthday the other day, Julie? Let us all know in the comments. Cess78, hello. Stink Pooter, hello to you. Jane Griffiths. Sanity Checkers, I hope you're well, my friend, and you enjoyed your little trip to the beach earlier. That looked kind of nice, that did. And I did miss most of your live, but I saw a little bit of it. Hello, Surf, Peter, Emma, good to see you. John Kent. John, I noticed your comment about my members live the other day. I kind of just had to fit it in where I could, and I do apologise that you missed it. So hopefully we'll see you next time. Julie Keys, hello. James, hello to you. Johnny Smart, hello. Hi, Mum. Mum's in the chat. Yeah, she's calling my usual name. I'll tell you a taxi story very shortly connected to my family when a few more people are in. Gary Thornbury, hello, my friend. Hope you're well. One of the longer-term people on the channel. Good to see you. I've just had a message on my phone, but that can wait. I keep getting these star things up on bloody StreamYard when I'm trying to go through the channels. C Airs, you've changed your name to just C. Is there a reason behind that? I hope everything's all right with you. See, it's an abbreviation. Lucinda, good to see you. Mark Hampson. Vanessa, hello. Stink Pooter, hello. And cost of living updates, James Jameson, yes. Well, I've just been sitting here, excuse me while I miss, I've just been sitting here recording tomorrow's stuff, and there's one alarming thing that I found to do with gas and electricity, particularly if you're on benefits. And that'll be out tomorrow. It's all to do with the DWP and some of the, stuff that they can do. It's not very fair. The buggers want to drive us into the ground, don't they, regardless? It really is nuts. Hello, John Harris. Good to see you. Had to do a slight change to my name as was getting nasty people on YouTube commenting on my videos and got fed up having to block their fake accounts. Right. Yes, YouTube bullying is quite a horrible thing. I'm going to mention something about that in a little while, so stay tuned. Time Lord, hello to you. Angela Graham, happy Easter. Angela is saying that's nice. Happy Easter to you. I hope, as I said at the beginning, everyone's had a good Easter. We had my mother-in-law round today. My wife, Mrs. Cabby, as you know her, made a nice roast chicken dinner, so we had that. I had to go to work this morning. I worked through the night, get some people back and forth, 6 up, 3 back, and that went quite smoothly, so not too bad. Angela Gill, I take it that's Adam, is it, rather than Angela? Hello, a bit of time. I'm really unwell. You're looking good these days. Well, thank you very much. And you stay strong, all right? I hope you're going to be all right. Trisha, hello, and everyone in the chat. Good to see you, and welcome. Happy Easter, everyone. That is John Wong Kenobi. Thank you very much for that. Chris the Butcher's channel, the trolls forced him off YouTube, but he did come back in the end. It's just sad what's going on. Nasty trolls out there nowadays. Yes, there certainly is. There certainly is. And there's ways of dealing with them, of course, because they believe that they're correct in all the things they do. There's ways of dealing with them. And, yeah, I'll come on to it shortly. Hello, Frugal Stew. Where are we? Hi, Andy. Sorry I'm late. Just finished my live chat. What did I miss? Nothing. We're just getting started. There's not really much tonight, Frugal Stew. It is literally just a natter, just between us lot. See how you're all doing, and a little bit of small talk. I don't know if you're up for it, Frugal Stew. Maybe perhaps you and I can do something at some stage. Give me an indication in the comments if you'd be up for that, and perhaps we can get together and do a live stream. That'd be cool. Speaking of live streams with other people, I don't know if you've seen on Thursday. I'll just find it. On Thursday, I usually do a regular live stream for the members, but something a little bit different this time. I'll just see if I can queue it up for you. Slides. Yes, I'm up for that, Andy. That's great, Frugal Stew. I don't know if you can drop me an email. I obviously had Funky Prepper's contact details, and we set something up there. Either drop me an email through or let me know what your email address is. Is it on your channel page on the About? Maybe I can get you through there, and we'll set something up. That'd be a good one. I'm just finding the relevant picture so I can tell you what's going on. I should have thought about this before I bloody started. Daft bugger. Right, that's last week's stuff. Bear with me. I'm having a technical meltdown. Here we go. Got it. Right, yes. On Thursday, I usually do a live stream for the members, but because of work and availability of people and everything else, I've had to rearrange things. So this Thursday at 9:15 in the evening, I will be having a chinwag with none other than Trevor Colt, MC. And I'm very, very, very much looking forward to that. That will be a good one. He does a regular live stream with Russ at Absolutely Average. And they've got some pretty good chemistry, them two, and they have a right giggle, and it's really good for everyone else. Such a great atmosphere, and they have a chuckle together. It's brilliant. So check them out once a week, and of course he will be on with us as well. At least we are through winter. That should help with the power bills. At Sean Worrell. Yeah, absolutely. Frugal Stew, yes. My email is on there, I think. Okay, I'll check that out. If there's any problem or I can't find it, I'll leave a comment on one of your videos. I'll tag you in it just to let you know. Can't find it. I might buy more Nike. I'm skinny enough these days. Yeah, that's a bit of a dodgy subject, isn't it? Sorry to hear that, Sean. It's too difficult. You get any support? What have I missed? Sean, where are you? Where are you? Handy Andy, good evening to you. I hope you're well. Sean, not doing good, struggling to live with the cost of living. Sean, if there's anything we can do, if you need help or advice or anything, get in touch. You got Ryan, you got me, you got Russ over at Absolutely Average. Anything we can do, just let us know. What's the problem? Is it debt? Is it energy? What is it? You don't have to tell us on here. Just let us know privately. And if there's something we can do to help, we will, definitely. That's what we try and do here. We've managed to help a few people out, and it's great when we can. What's this? When someone says pass a sick bag and puts puke emojis on every one of my videos, that really wound me up. So I had to block them on multiple occasions, limit comments. Is that your channel or other people's? I'm getting a bit pig sick of all this funny business going on YouTube lately. Check out the Watching Gob Server 76 channel. Some good advice about TV licenses. He does live shows as well. Okay, Joey E, thanks for the recommendation. We'll check that out. No problem. And I'm always up for that. Recommendations from other channels, having a chat with them, going from there. Numbers ticking slowly up to 40,000 subscribers. Yeah, we're not far off 39,000 subscribers at the moment. I really, really want to hit 40 within the next few weeks or so, if possible. So if you haven't and you are watching this for the first time, please subscribe. And also, if you are a regular subscriber, check, because every now and again, the YouTube algorithm does boot you off without you realizing it. You usually know because you'll stop getting notifications through. And if that happens, it's an alarm signal, and just check you're still there. Bud have single-handedly destroyed their brand. Yeah, you've got lots of brands out there, haven't you? I mean, and various other things that are trying to ram an ideology down our throats, whether it be trans or whether it be or other. And they should realize by now we do not like being told what to think and feel. We will make our own minds up. All we want to do is wear your shoes, drink your soft drinks, and eat your food. We don't give a shit about what you're trying to tell us is real and what isn't, because all we'll do is just protest and don't buy your gear. I've heard of several people online who are basically incensed at the way these people are behaving and saying, we're not going to buy your stuff anymore because you've just crossed the line. Get lost. What was Sturgeon saying about motorhomes in lockdown? I read something about that. Had their luxury motorhome been confiscated or something as part of an investigation? I don't know the full ins and outs of it. But let me know if you know more. Smash the thumbs up button, guys. Show your love for Andy's channel. Thanks. Race to 100 likes. Yeah, we need to get them likes up because the algorithm does like that. Does like that very much. Blood Nose makes a good point. Discord. We have a Discord community. Russ at Absolutely Average, one of his guys, started the actual Discord server, and all of us have a page on there. And you can join using that invite link that Blood Nose has put, and that will allow you to go on there, chat with all the subscribers and friends of the channel, and you don't necessarily have to wait for me to upload a video. You can just get on there and do it. So that is great. It was on your own YouTube channel. Okay, I hope you block the bastards. I really do. I wouldn't tolerate any of that. Hello, Uncle Gary. Good to see you. Hope you're well. I'll tell you what, I had a problem the other day, Unc. I went to Luton Airport in the morning, and I had a Stansted Airport pickup later on in the afternoon, and it was all very short notice kind of thing, and there was a hell of a lot of hours in between. And I thought, what would have been ideal is if I went, come and see you, and go home. But you would have been at work, and it was a shame. So I just drove all the way home and drove all the way back again. But we've got to try and sort out a meeting soon because it's been far too long. And my Jack was trying to remember last time he met you. I said he's the ugly guy with glasses who lives about a couple of hours away. Hello, Red Scouts. Good to see you. Long time no see in the chats. Hope you are well and everything is good where you are. Not sure. Trisha just saw him take him on for his mother's today. Right, that's another comment I missed. Not sure if I'm subscribed, see airs, but we'll check it out. Yeah, she's got, her own channel, regular supporter of this channel. Let's support her channel. Go and subscribe, and haters be damned, to be quite honest with you. Let's talk about this for a minute. I won't go into full details about things that occur with me and YouTube and everything else. I've been there. It's boring. I'm not doing it again. But suffice it to say, with this channel, other channels I'm associated with, and many, many more all over the place, you will always find a cabal of other YouTubers and other what we call trolls. I mean, at the end of the day, what is a troll? Is it someone that just hurls abuse willy-nilly at other channels? Or is it somebody that is just there to abuse? What is the definition of a troll? I've always pondered that. Is it difference of opinion? Anyway, you'll always get the two parties. One is trying to get on, and the other is trying to discredit the one trying to get on. And they both see, that they're the ones that are trying to get on. I have had so much grief in the background from, well, a handful of individuals, probably one or two in particular, who will remain nameless. They know who they are, what they've said, and what they were up to. I've got to the point now where I have had enough of playing around any longer. Let me be clear, I have taken relevant legal steps to protect several things. Myself, my family, the men that do taxi runs for me, my reputation, this YouTube channel. I have taken advice on how to deal with it, which includes just blocking and annihilating and wiping out any mention of anything. I've already had to kick someone out of this chat tonight for that very reason, and I will not play their game any longer. Now, if they want to continue with what they're doing, then please do, because I have a carrier bag labeled evidence, and every time one of these individuals does or says something, it adds to my carrier bag of evidence, and it will get bigger and bigger and bigger until it bursts. And eventually, in that big pile of evidence, there will be the smoking gun, which will lead the authorities straight to them. And I would love to be a fly on the wall then. Every time these people do something behind the protection of a keyboard, they think it's one little step where they can push somebody off the platform. But what they in fact realize is sooner or later, they will try and pick on somebody that pokes back, and they will get caught. Now, if anybody has a problem with anybody on YouTube, Facebook, social media, or anything else, take my advice. Ignore them. Block them, mute them, do whatever you have to make your life easier. But whenever anybody feeds you information, and they do, it's called loyalty from your subscribers, or if you see anything, record, screen dump, date, time, anything else. You have to do that, because all of a sudden, when they realize they got their collar felt, everything disappears and you've got nothing on them. They think they're very clever. And eventually they will make that terminal slip up, which will finish them forever. And it will happen. Christine is an example tonight, saying about getting bullied by trolls. Record everything. Say nothing. Ignore all. Block all. But every time somebody says something, somebody record it all. And then just get on with your own channel, because all the while you bother with them, it's a distraction from what's important, your own community and what's going on. And at the end of the day, if they bother you with unwanted attention 2 or more times, it's considered harassment under UK law and therefore punishable in a court of law. That's all I'm saying on it. And there are people in this chat that refers to directly. Take my advice for what it's worth. Anyway, welcome to the chat. This is the Daily Chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like button. Let's get this thing flowing. Let's get it out there. Let's get it spread around. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing that. It's free, totally free of charge, no obligation. And again, it's something that helps the channel. And please get our stuff shared around social media as well, because that helps also. Pretty cool stuff. What do we got? Says 78, laugh my ass off. It's okay. You're safe in my house. Hello, Mike. Good to see you. Did do that, Andy, but the police can't trace the IP addresses. These trolls use VPNs to hide their locations. Not right, that. Yes, but there are ways. You know, VPNs, they screw the routing traffic here, there, and everywhere. So they could be sitting in John O'Groats and they come up in Austria. You know, it can be that complicated, but there are ways. Hello, Steve Miles. Good to see you. The other thing as well, whenever anybody emails you, it leaves a trail. You can get information from an email, and it shows you the journey that email's taken from point A to point B. And the email servers it bounces through on the way, it gives you an idea of roughly where that email might have come from. So there are ways. So all is not lost. You just have to keep your head down, keep your channel going, and you know, they will get caught in the end. There are examples of this all over the place, and you've got to stay strong, stay positive, because if you leave here, if you go off the channel, they've won, and we don't want that, do we? Johnny Smart, there's bad wind-up idiots who just want to cause trouble. Then there's good people who just wind it up for a bit of banter. You just have to work out the good ones from the nasty ones. Oh, that's pretty easy. That's pretty easy. Julie, British council are trying to get an exemption from the ULEZ charges because they can't afford it. Bristol Council, rather. I don't think anybody can afford it, can they? I mean, there was that article that came out about Sadiq Khan on April Fool's Day. I fell for it. I fell for the actual context of the article. But what I found very interesting is the bit they put in about Sadiq Khan could be factually accurate for all we know. And then they plastered a load of April Fool's bullshit underneath it. I thought it was very cleverly done. But we'll have to see. What's this? Keep up the good vibrations. Cheers, Jane. I try. Did anyone see History Debunked challenging one of his trolls to a debate? He would destroy them. I wouldn't want to get into a debate with that guy. He's very, very good critical thinker. I'm just a guy that says my mind. And then there's critical thinking. Andy, I've watched you for 3 years. You're just a family man. Please find these nasty people. You made a nice vid talking about me. I watched since, but I thought you were not fucking trolls. Yeah, exactly. At the end of the day, it's the authorities that will find them because, you know, as I said, my little carry bag of evidence is bulging, and I hope other people's are bulging that do, you know, have the same trouble. And they will meet their maker in the end. They will. Right, Julie, you've sent me a video to do with City Hall. Let's have a quick look for that while we're talking. I've got an interesting cab story to tell you as well. Where are we? Julie, you've sent me one about Maya Tusi. Is that the one you're talking about, or is it an earlier one? Can you repost the link in our messenger and I'll find it? What's the cat whistling laugh out loud? Yeah, what was that about? Declan, it's all love on here. Great stream, great people. Yes, Declan, you said it. Thank you, Julie. That's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Yeah, Julie, repost the link so I can get it easily, and then I'll put it up on the screen. Let's not find it. Oh, have you done it? My messenger's just done a. Oh, let me know. I'll tell you what, I worked in IT for 13 years before I was a cab driver. I still don't end up getting fully around it now. Let me just scroll through our messages, Julie. I will find it. Bear with me. Now, one of those technical meltdowns, folks. Start now. Lib Dems. Must have been a way back, unless I've scrolled over the link. Yeah, I can't find the bloody thing. Repost it, Julie, and I'll play it for everybody. Looking for it, laugh out loud. Okay. It's classified. Age fog. Yes, I do get that sometimes. I'm 45 in July, and I get age fog already. Crazy, huh? Cool. Julie's got it right here. Let's. Yeah, can you messenger it to me, Julie? Because I can't copy and paste that and get it actually showed. I can do it if you message it to me. Now I can get it in front of everybody. Well, most awake people use a VPN these days, let alone a self-respecting troll, so IP is irrelevant a lot of the time. Yeah, I had a thing with somebody the other day. They sent me an email, a random email with a thing. It was a byline which got my attention, and then it was like, click here to find out more. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Frugal Stew. Just a heads up, not only are supermarkets putting prices up, they're also reducing the weight too. Very crafty. I had to go to Marks and Spencer's today. I have strawberries as part of a meal I have. Thanks, Julie. I'll come to it in a minute. And my passengers who I brought home wanted to nip into the Marks and Spencer's garage locally to me so they could get some bread and milk and various other things. I thought, I'll get my strawberries while they're here. I got them. They're like half the size and twice the price. It's amazing the variation from store to store as well. Right, let's find this that sent me. Yep, there it is. Shush. Right, this is a video. We're talking about ULEZ now, and this is Sadiq Khan confronted over hypocrisy to do with ULEZ. It's about 3 minutes long, and usually what Julie sends me is well worth a watch. So I'll load this up for you. Now I'm going to sit here and swig my Coke, and we can watch this together. Let's share that. I'm going to mute my mic out and put it on full screen.
Last summer, Hounslow Council's deputy leader wrote to you asking for an exemption from the ULEZ for Hounslow Council vehicles. Were you surprised that the Hounslow Council asked for that delay?
I'm not aware of that particular delay, but I'm aware that during the consultation there are many views received, and those responses to the consultation form part of the analysis done by the independent company that went into the final report.
Oh, that's interesting because I read it was in a few papers. Anyway, given that 67% of cars in Hounslow are non-compliant, shouldn't the real surprise be that Hounslow Council weren't pushing for a delay for all the vehicles, not just their own?
I'm not sure about the compliance figures in Hounslow or what they are now, but as I've said in answer to a previous question, I understand genuine concerns people may have, and that's why I'd encourage them to check whether the vehicle is compliant. If it's not compliant, whether they're eligible for the scrappage scheme that we've set out without any support from the government.
Do you not actually understand the hypocrisy of this? So the council approves of your dreadful extended ULEZ scheme. It asks you for exemption for itself, but thinks that their own residents should be paying it. Do you not see the hypocrisy in that?
Well, I can't speak to the individual circumstances, but there were discussions we've had with others over the years. So in 2017, 2018, we had conversations with the ambulance service, the fire brigade, the police. That's quite normal, and so it doesn't surprise me that councils want to check that their vehicles are compliant and so forth. And so I'm not clear what the issue is with councils wanting to check their vehicles are compliant and make in response to consultation.
No. They want you to give them exemptions. They basically, Hounslow Council, I think they're run by Labour, they have asked you for exemptions for their council vehicles. I'm saying to you, do you not think that is hypocritical, bearing in mind they've supported this dreadful extended ULEZ scheme of yours, bearing in mind that they've supported that despite the fact that 67% of their residents have got non-compliant vehicles, and yet had the cheek to then ask you to give them an exemption, not their residents, them, for their council vehicles until they replace them.
Same old lady.
No, because we entered into a memorandum of understanding with, for example, the ambulance service. The NHS is very much in favour of these policies, the health practitioners are. But we came to an agreement with some of those who needed longer lead-in times when we first embarked on this process. So that I think the issue of people wanting to make sure their vehicles are compliant is a good one. We're trying to make sure we bring in the ULEZ this August all across London, and councils during the consultation will not unreasonably put in responses. I'm not sure what the criticism is they're putting in response to consultation.
Well, this perhaps reflects why I said we don't think you're a capable mayor. If you don't understand the difference between the ambulance service and a council who are put in there by their residents, they're not standing up for their residents who've got 67% of non-compliance. No, they're looking after themselves and asking for exemptions for themselves, the council, not their residents. Do you not see that in any way as being wrong?
Well, they probably aren't eligible for a scrappage scheme, I suspect, and the residents,
Okay.
businesses and charities are.
You obviously don't see it or understand it. Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Well, I think that woman tore him and you behind. And let's face it, it's not very difficult, is it? I mean, he mentioned, Vanessa Scott. I know what you mean. He's just so far up, you don't know where he starts and the other ends. I mean, he mentioned the scrappage scheme. Have you seen the cost of a new vehicle to make them compliant? It's unbelievable. I mean, he's so intent on doing this to London. I mean, go and Google C40 cities. I even did a live stream on it, and we're all heading towards this 2030 thing, aren't we? That's what's behind all this ultimately. And of course, it's not only London; it's everywhere, absolutely everywhere. Blood knows I lived in Londonistan. I know. I can never say that name properly. I don't know why, but I know exactly what you mean, Blood knows. Let's have a look at some of these comments, shall we? Angela Graham, don't like him either. Welcome to Cairns, London. Last 95 hours sees 3 women dead, 7 others stabbed. I tell you what, we're getting a lot of knife crime down my way lately. I think over the last couple of weeks, we've had an awful lot of people that have been done. And apparently there's a group that's moved down here from uptown that's causing all the trouble. And there's just not the police presence. There's not any presence of respect of law or anything else. It is unbelievable, really. Brown car guy. What's this? Hounslow is a nuclear-free zone, as my uncle lives there, so he's safe in the knowledge the Russians won't nuke Hounslow. And no, I'm not making that up. This is how insane Mayor Khan is. Well, that's concerning, isn't it? All that stuff as well. Yeah, from my technical days with VPNs, I know there are ways when you look at routing tables that you can pull from them. You can find out, where they originate from. It's not impossible. It's just bloody difficult. So they're not entirely as foolproof as advertised. And somebody doesn't like VPNs. I think if you exercise an amount of security, you're all right, I think. What's this? Khan used 3 cars to take his dog for a walk, a Jaguar, a VW bus and a Volvo to drive 4.5 miles. Yeah, I mean, I refer back to that April Fool's article again. You had all this at the top of it. So it's like they were putting a truth in a lie, just trying to test the water. Can they really wind us up that much? That's what I want to know. 30 years ago, you lived in London. Yeah, John Harris, that's a good point. What's the real reason call for this government emergency message? I wondered that because we've had years and years and years, haven't we, where there's been nothing, absolutely nothing. And now all of a sudden this. And they are worried about it going off and people being in a situation where it's damned inconvenient, like driving a car or hiding from an abusing partner who's handy with their fists. And, or they might have a phone hidden that nobody knows about so they can make contact with the outside world. And all of a sudden, Nino, 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 and it all goes to hell in a handbasket. You can switch these warnings off. I have done videos on this on my channel, and you can find out what to do. And you can Google it. It's readily available as well. Adrian Allen is another one that did a video on this. I think it's in his back catalogue. I am subscribed to Adrian Allen. I do like having a listen every now and again to what he has to say. And that was one of the interesting ones on his channel. So that's another source of that information. I don't trust the government. I don't trust their so-called warnings. Yeah. What's the saying? Whatever they do the opposite. I've heard that mentioned before. You can opt out of emergency alerts. That's right, Joey. You can. Absolutely. Yeah, a couple of live stream announcements. Speaking of opting out of things, this Thursday I'll be doing a live stream with Trevor Colt on 9:15. Give me a chance to get home from the old karate because I haven't been this week. And then also what I'm trying to set up, I put a bit of a challenge out to do with council tax because there's a lot of people saying, I haven't paid my council tax in 10 years. And I want somebody to come on here and tell me how they did it. Well, somebody answered the challenge, and I'm going to set up a live stream with them, have a chat about it, and, see what they have to say and can it help people. And also, as you've seen, Frugal Stew and I are going to try and set something up as well. So that will be another good one. If you have a YouTube channel and you want to come on here, cross-pollinate is what we call it, try and, give each other a boost up, yours know us know you. And that's how this whole YouTube thing works at the end of the day. We all talk to each other and all get on as a big community, and it's brilliant. Really is brilliant. I had a cab story for you. There's one coming out tomorrow, which I've got to upload when this live finishes, but here's another one. It's from this morning, and it was a family of 6 that I took from one place. I took them up to Gatwick Airport, and I was talking to the elder gentleman in the car. He was like the father stroke grandfather, and you know, just small talk. And then he said to me, are you from Margate, born and bred? Were you born here? Yeah. And usually I quantify that by saying my father left the army in the mid-70s, and him and my mum moved down to Thanet, and I was born. And then he suddenly went, all right, what did he do in the army? I said he was military police. He said, I was military police. Were you really? And then he said to me, where was he? I said, Colchester, 156 Provo Company. He looks at me, he says, I was in 156 Provo Company. Then I said to him, right, where'd you serve? He said, Germany. I said, when were you there? And he was there roughly the same time as my dad. I said, Dad did a tour of Northern Ireland, round about early 70s, around about the time of Bloody Sunday. Nasty stuff. And he said, I was in Northern Ireland at that time as well. And when I told this guy my dad's name, this guy thinks he might know my dad, or at least remember the name. I thought, oh my God. And I messaged my stepmother earlier and said to her, and my dad said, maybe he's trying to rack his brains, you know, to see if he does remember him. But I thought, what a small world. What an absolute small world that is. I've had lots of military men in my car where I've taken people back and forward, ex-military men as well. And Declan Tooney, night all, great stream, taking grandkids home. Enjoy a long weekend, everybody. You too, Declan. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. And best wishes to your grandkids and the rest of the family. Take care of yourself. Yeah, another one I had was a Submariner in my car a while ago, and he was telling me a story that they ended up with a new commanding officer on their boat, or on their submarine, whose surname was Lightoller, of all things. And those of you that know your maritime history, Lightoller was the second officer of the Titanic. Of all things, he was a senior surviving officer of the Titanic, and they heard Lightoller and wanted to jump ship. Well, Lightoller was the Titanic Lightoller's grandson, and turned out he was the best CO they ever had. You know, more history. Where are you? Adam C. TV went 3 years ago with smartphone, no smart meters, and the problem is stupidity, self-righteous people, the selfish. I'm having a problem with my energy supplier at the moment. Clown World YouTube YT, love your work, Andy. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, and thank you for your support. Yeah, I'm having a problem with mine at the moment. Octopus Energy, I will name them because they piss me off. What it is, I arranged to pay an amount to Octopus every month. For a period of time, we'd review it and then move forward. I set up a direct debit, maybe I shouldn't have done. And what the sneaky bastards have done, have increased my direct debit by nearly 50%. So I've gone from £200 to 267. No say, no discussion, no nothing. They've just gone and done it. So I've emailed them and I've said, oi, I'm upholding my end of the bargain. Why don't you uphold yours? Got to wonder about that one. And I've got a video coming out tomorrow about a request they can make to the DWP to do with gas and electricity costs as well. So it's vital that people watch that. Very vital. 50%, but they tell us inflation is 11%. Clown World YouTube. I'm here just listening because I have nothing to say, but I hope you're all well. Matt Wooten, thank you very much. At least you're here. That's the main thing. I hope you're well and had a good Easter. Love Clown World. There's a bit of Clown World love going on this evening. Go and subscribe to Clown World. It sounds like there's a few lovers on here right now. So that's great. You know, this is it. We all coexist and all get on together. This is the thing. I've just had another message come in. Bear with me a second. I will just see if this is anything prudent. I get messages all the time. Okay. All right. Yeah, the person that sent me that message, I will reply to you when I'm off air. So thank you very much. Well, I've got a couple of videos to upload and then I'll reply to you when I'm off air. Thanks, guys. Much appreciated. You're welcome, Clown World. You're welcome. That's an ECU, not a PC, running a motor control and software running all the car systems and have Wi-Fi. Frugal Stew, I love my prepayment meter. It's slightly more expensive, but I spend a lot less than other people. I know what I'm spending. Yeah. In an ideal world, you do keep a track of it. I mean, I've got a friend of mine who's on prepayment meters. I can't remember whether it was by choice or not. He'd have to enlighten me. But he's got limited mobility and, you know, various other things going on. And his meters are actually down in his basement, of all places. So could you imagine a right pain in the arse to go? And one thing he will not get is a smart meter. I can't say I blame him. We know what's going on with those things, don't we? But hopefully, if they're good for their word and try and make them a little bit more in parity with direct debit payments, it might help them. Here's one for you. Has anyone had a cost of living payment yet? Cost of living payment. Those that are entitled to it, in fact, because we're in the start of the new financial year now. Hello, Andy. Hope you have a good weekend, and hello to all here. Hello, David L. Good to see you. Hope you are good. Hope you are good, my friend. Real Pollyanna, no. Peter Wignall, no. Yeah, so I wonder when these things will start coming in. Hello to Manchester Man, good to see you. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're all right. Clown World, no payment yet. I've got 2 kids. Should be soon. They did it to me. Yes, I thought it was this. They did it to me. They said it was across the board, £67 because the allowance stopped. Now, knowing you, Mum, you'd have taken action on it. Did you manage to get it pulled back down again? Let me know. I mean, they told me £200, and £200 I will pay by hook or by crook. You know how stubborn I can be. I wonder where I get it from. 27th of April, Sanity Checkers says. Okay. Yes, my mother sorted it out. Yes, woman on a mission. Don't get her started. Anything that says smart is not. Well, there's one thing with smart meters, one crucial thing. They can put you on prepayment anytime they like. I don't know if you knew that, but that's what they do. I got some money from the council saying the government had given them. I got 45 quid. There is a separate hardship fund, Red Scouts, which the councils administer. They get a load of dosh off the central government and they farm it out to those in need. And I don't think you necessarily have to apply for that. They just act on it accordingly, which is what happened in your case. Real Pollyanna, £67 was the allowance government gave towards electricity bills, not the cost of living allowance. That is correct. Has £67 you get for your gas and electric, has that stopped or is it still going? To my memory, the £67 has stopped, But what is continuing for, I think it's another 3 months, is the energy price guarantee. You know, where they cap it at £2,500 or £3,000 or whatever it happens to be. That is what's carrying on for another period of time, and then they're going to start another scheme which is aimed at people living off grid and businesses as well. Where are we? SMP equals stolen notes. People like it. I like my smart meter. I can see how much I'm using. I am the same, Gene. Yeah, there's two schools of thought. I mean, I'm yet to be convinced because I don't like the level of control they suddenly have over you there. I just don't like it. Somebody might convince me, but so far, not really. My 1978 car with fuel injection has an ECU. 1978 was a very good year, Blood Nose, and I'll tell you why. I turned up. Oh, yeah. Report a crime. My house has been burgled. Hard luck. My car was stolen. Tough. Oh, my local pub has some gollywogs. Right. Hate crime will send 6 officers to remove them. True story. I saw that as well. Somebody sent that to me. And, you know, it's the thought police as well, isn't it? If you say something to offend, you get nicked. It's a bit crazy. In your opinion, what was the last decade overall? What was the best decade overall? I was born in 92, and I feel I underestimate how much has changed in society. Well, I mean, the average age of people on this channel is 50 and over from the statistics which I see. So I guess a lot of people may appreciate the 60s. I know a lot of the older generation did like the 60s, but I mean, I was born in 78, which means I came of age around 1996, 1997. So I grew up in the 80s and the 90s. From a child's point of view, and from what I could see around, the 80s just felt like an easier pace of life to me, you know, with the way things were. It just felt easier, and you knew where you were with what you were paying. You knew where you were with how things stood. Were things relatively stable? You know, we got to the end of the Cold War at the end of the 80s, and, you know, it just seemed to be more carefree. There were police on the streets who, you know, upheld the law. Things were cheaper. It was a time of change. I mean, you had the miners' strikes, for example. You had a couple of really big clangers with health and safety, with, you know, the Herald of Free Enterprise. I remember that. The Challenger shuttle. I remember that. So many things. But I would say the 80s, and I have good memories of then as well. John Harris, yeah, because we had cheap fuel. I remember when I learned to drive, 97, I passed my test. And I remember there was a petrol station where you could get diesel, which at the time we were told was good for the environment, and 4-star. I assume you all remember 4-star. And that was 62p a litre. It's either 62 or 64p a litre. Look where we are now. I remember the fuel protests when it got over £1 a litre. They threatened it, didn't they? Get over £1 a litre and that's it, you've had it. Shell suits and bum bags. Oh my God, I'm not ashamed to admit I owned at least one of each. Yeah, 2-star, David L. Was that for motorbikes, or am I barking up the wrong tree there? I was born in 82, been terrible since then. What, you or the world? Red Scouts, I love being a teenager in the 70s. Dalglish, Rush, Barnes. Great days. Yeah, absolutely. I always remember watching a football match. Liverpool were playing somebody, and even my mum was getting enthusiastic. Hey, we're getting nostalgic, aren't we? Let's have another look through here. Night clubbing, Vanessa Scott. I was never a big night clubber. I probably did a little bit when I got a little bit older, but I was more of a homie. I get 8 cans of Foster's, sneak past my mum and go, hello, and go up to my room and get slozzled. That was me. But you can't win them all. Let's see who else we got. We're suffering while the USA and this country, UK, put millions to Ukraine when it's not our fight. Unreal what's happening over in Ukraine. America pushing for war. Then they will leave like in OFG. I think there's more. I mean, as YouTubers, we have to be so careful what we talk about with that. But I think there's more people coming around to feeling that way, especially when you see things about our own armed services getting depleted because we're giving all our kit away and training others, and it's not good. Raves. I've got people mentioning raves. I mean, my cousin Les used to like raves an awful lot. Tins of Tenants and Heart with yeah. Who watched Life on Mars? You know, the old Sam Tyler that went back to the 70s. And I think his chief inspector, Gene Hunt, said, I'll have 16 pints, a dozen whiskey chasers, and a party 7. And I didn't know what a party 7 was. I had to ask my dad, and he told me what a party 7 was. Thunderbirds, I'll go. Yeah, another great show, but it's probably the repeats by the time I got to it. We're now a third world country, John Jones says. Yeah, there was a list I saw the other day where they had a little list of countries, including us. And believe you me, we weren't doing that well, were we? FAB, loved that program. I missed the raves, but mid to late 90s clubbing was good, Alan says. Alan, there's still raves going on. My son went to one. I thought, oh my God. And I said to him, I know what happens at raves. Stay hydrated. And I think he did. Well, he got home that night anyway. Well, he gets home most nights. We have struggled to pick up a rock, only to drop it on our feet, John Harris says. That's a bloody good analogy, isn't it? I like that. Raving was more of a thing in the 90s. Yeah. What do we got? 90s Fast Show, Alan Partridge, Then Behaving Badly, Oasis, at Nebworth, Massive Attack. Oh, I love Massive Attack. They were brilliant. Italian 90, Alan Poe, member. Oh, yeah, great stuff. Absolutely great stuff. But I've probably still got my Massive Attack album somewhere, actually. It was brilliant. Real Pollyanna, maybe the winter fuel payments you can get if not. That bottoms. Okay. Right, folks, we're coming up to the hour, so I'm going to start wrapping things up. A few things. This Thursday, no members live there, which I usually do. Instead, I will be chatting with Trevor Colt, MC. So tune in at 9:15 Thursday evening, and that will be me and him. It's actually there on the schedule on the live streams for upcoming live streams. I'll try and reschedule the members live for another time. I'm trying to line up somebody to come on and talk about council tax. That conversation's happening in the background. This guy is interesting, seems to have a lot of things to say. Frugal Stew has agreed this evening that me and him will do something, and I'll set that up over the course of the week and try and find a mutually agreeable time. More videos coming out tomorrow. As I said at the beginning, I want to hit 40,000 subscribers soon. That's like my next landmark, and we're getting very close. So if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. It's free, no obligation at all, and it really helps this channel. If you haven't done so already as well, hit the like button on this stream and get my content shared here, there, and everywhere. I try and get it myself on Twitter and Instagram and all the others, but it would really help if you guys could too. And most of all, leave your comments, talk to each other, get on the Discord, talk to each other on there. Let's get it going, and let's get this community of ours thriving. Thank you again for your support tonight. Videos out tomorrow morning from 8 o'clock, and I hope, be it from nostalgia, troll advice, or just general chit-chat, you've got something out of tonight, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Blood nose, shut that door. You got it. I'm going to have to record that, aren't I? A bit like Pete and Dud over at Absolutely Average. But yeah, take care of yourselves, everyone. I'll see you next time. Toodaloo.